What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Kendall clocking in with another video. And in today's video, I ain't gonna lie, today's video a little different. In today's video, we not finna react to a South Park episode. We finna react to a South Park episode breakdown. So it's really kind of the same thing, but it's a little different, you feel me? But if y'all enjoyed this video and y'all want me to react to more South Park episode breakdowns, just let me know and we could keep doing this for sure. Because I be seeing y'all in the comments giving me pointers and telling me the messages and stuff that be in the South Park episodes that I be missing in the reactions. So I thought it would be smart to watch a whole South Park episode breakdown so that I don't miss no more messages, you feel me? I'll understand every message or the message that the episode was trying to relay to me that I might have missed. Bro, I'm yapping, bro. Y'all get what I'm saying, bro. I be missing a lot of stuff in the episode, so I'm watching a South Park episode breakdown so that I could see everything that I missed. Alright, I've been yapping too much, bro. Let's just get straight into it, bro. Let's not yap no more. Let's go.
You can just hang outside in the sun all day tossing a ball around. Or you can sit at your computer and do something that matters.
Make Love, Not Warcraft is arguably South Park's most iconic episode. It was voted the #1 episode in their Year of the Fan poll, holds an insane 9.5 rating on IMDb. Oh yeah, and just won an Emmy, you know, no big deal.
South Park, Make Love, Not Warcraft.
God dang, what year that episode came out? This is like 2001. These graphics are horrible.
Many people consider this the greatest episode of all time.
Let me know down in the comments, is this the greatest episode of all time? Low key, maybe I should have watched this episode before reacting to this video, but hey man.
People who don't usually watch South Park or play World of Warcraft still adore this episode. So how did this happen? How did this episode end up becoming...
Matter of fact, next video, I'm gonna react to this episode, you feel me? Would it be smarter to watch a breakdown and then watch the episode so that I could know what to expect and what I'm looking at? Or should I go into the episode blindly and then watch the breakdown to see everything that I missed? Low key, it might be smarter to watch the breakdown first, right? But then again, that might spoil the episode. But at least I'll know what I'm looking at though. I don't know, man. Y'all let me know down in the comments. Whichever way y'all think best, that's what I'll do.
South Park's magnum opus? How did they convince Blizzard Entertainment to help them make it? And why did co-creator Trey Parker beg to have this episode pulled the night before it aired? Lucky for you.
The night before it aired. Dang, bruh. Now imagine he would have did that. He would have never got an Emmy. This episode would have never been released. He would have never realized how great it was, bro. See, sometimes when you doubt yourself, that's when you gotta push through the doubt and just do it. Because you never know, it might pay off.
You guys, I have all the answers. Not only am I a South Park nerd, I'm also unfortunately a World of Warcraft nerd, which is probably exposing the fact that I haven't felt the touch of
I never played World of Warcraft. Is that a good game?
a woman in
Low-key, like growing up, these type games to me just look like nerd games. Like I couldn't see myself playing them.
years, but that's irrelevant. The point is, I'm finally making a video where I can be considered an expert in the topic I'm covering. Yeah, no armchair analysis for this video. No hours of research, learning about a religion, a health condition. Nope, just straight up neckbeard knowledge for this one.
I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of people that play games like that room look like this. Like this is what I would expect somebody who played World at Warcraft or Wisdom 101. This is what I would expect their room to look like.
Before we break down this episode and how it came to be, we should first start with the question, what is World of Warcraft?
Anything can slow the explosive growth of the intoxicating game called World of Warcraft.
Teenager hooked on violent computer games. He's playing them an incredible 16 hours a day.
16 hours a day? Gang! 16 hours a day playing a game? There's only 24 hours. So you playing a game for more than half of your day? Nah, that I ain't gonna lie. What went wrong in his life for him to end up in that situation? He don't even want to socialize with people. All he want to do is just play the game all day.
Alright, thumbs up. Ready, guys? Let's do this. Leroy!
This game cannot be that good. What did he say?
Alright, thumbs up. Ready, guys? Let's do this. Leroy!
Released by Blizzard Entertainment
Did he say what I think he said?
in In 2004, World of Warcraft is a massively multiplayer online role-playing game, otherwise known as an MMORPG. Within a couple months after its release, it became a commercial success, quickly becoming the most popular MMORPG of all time. It wasn't the first MMORPG. You had games like EverQuest, Ultima Online, and RuneScape.
All these games look exactly the same. What's the difference?
But WoW was the first of its kind to make a splash into the mainstream world.
Let's just say that I had to quit the game for a good going on year now.
They even have baddies playing this game? What? I would have never thought they would have baddies playing World of Warcraft. Dang, bruh. Is the game really that good?
Which one?
World of Warcraft.
A game like World of Warcraft is a lot different from your typical video
looks
game.
so basic,
there is
though.
no real end to it. You don't just buy it, beat it, and then move on to the next one. These are games that could essentially last forever.
Is that Robin? Is this supposed to be Robin right here?
Assuming a healthy player base,
Wait a minute.
these are games that
This look like the skin off of Fortnite.
could essentially last forever. Assuming a healthy player base, MMORPGs will see consistent updates, expansions, even mechanics within the game to keep people playing longer. As you can imagine, all of this is a recipe for gaming addiction and real-life
I mean, a successful, never-ending game. Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. Whoever created World of Warcraft must be a genius. No cap.
neglect, which is exactly what South Park is satirizing in this episode. They're not ripping on people.
Dang, the creator of South Park low-key big-brained this. Cause think about it. He made an episode about a game that have millions of people obsessed and addicted to it. Like, that episode had no choice but to be successful. He already knew the people, because South Park already have a cult following. And World of Warcraft have a cult following. So if you combine the two, you literally cannot fail. Like, that's genius right there. I ain't gonna lie. That's genius.
People who play these games, just the people who let it take control.
Look at this, though. Like, bro, this dude gonna die before the age of 40. This man drank nothing but cold drinks that might even be beer. He got a cigarette in his mouth. He don't exercise, obviously. His room is disgusting. Like, god dang, how can you live like this?
Control of their lives.
Have fun with it, and then
If you ever live like that, let me know down in the comments, bro. And we just gonna pray for you, man. Just let me know down in the comments if you ever live like that at any point in your life.
do other stuff. Even the people, when we did this episode in conjunction with the people at Blizzard, even they were like, boys, some of these people are losers that play this game all the time.
So how is World of Warcraft holding up today?
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. When the creator of the game start bashing the people that play his game, you know y'all at an all-time low in life. Even the creator of the game said y'all losers. That's tough.
Nearly 20 years after this episode released. Well, it's very much still alive. As of making this video, Blizzard
7 million active players. This game came out in 2004. God dang. And that's in the last 30 days.
has released 10 different expansions of the game and has made close to 10.
Did they at least upgrade the graphics? Because that looked like something that came out on a Nintendo 64. They had to have upgraded the graphics.
$billion. The game currently has multiple versions that you can play. WoW is no longer just one single game because starting in 2019, they released Classic WoW. And this classic version has led to seasonal servers, hardcore servers, and one server stuck in time from the year 2006, which is actually the version of
That's
WoW
smart.
the boys are playing in this.
That's actually smart because you know nostalgia be hitting hard. So make a server that's based off nostalgia and you can't go wrong with that. Like, you know people gonna play it because it remind them of their childhood.
South Park episode. The most popular version according to viewership is hardcore, where if you die in the game, you die in real life. Okay, but in all seriousness, if you die in this mode, your character is gone forever.
Oh nah, imagine grinding for hours or days on that and then you die once and everything just gone. I would never play no game like this. You know how mad I would be if I spent hours grinding on a game and just to die one time and I lost everything. Like, what was the point of me grinding?
Don't run, finish! Finish! Don't run, finish!
Now that we have a basic
So what about this game is so addicting though? Like, it don't look fire to me. It looks so like cheaply made. I don't know. It remind me of Ultimate Alliance. Y'all ever played that game, Marvel Ultimate Alliance? And I'm only saying that because like the angle, that's like don't you call that point of view like God view? I don't like that angle.
Understanding of what World of Warcraft is, let's talk
I can't play a game that's in God POV.
about how this episode came to be.
Yeah, with Warcraft in particular, I remember half our office was playing it. I mean, it was everyone, you'd go by computer screens and it was either South Park or Warcraft.
This is one of the rare ideas for the show that just happened naturally. Most South Park episodes involve hours of brainstorming, looking into pop culture, world news. This episode came out of Matt and Trey noticing their animators playing WoW while at work, and Trey Parker being a massive nerd.
That's crazy. Usually if you playing a game at work, you get in trouble. They low-key got praised for playing a game at work.
He decided to try out the game as well.
And I mean, World of Warcraft was a great game and did a lot of things for the...
Wait, this the dude who created South Park? He looked like a normal guy. I don't know why, but I was expecting the creator to be like a redneck looking fat white dude that looked like he anybody that's not white. I ain't gonna lie. I don't know why though, but that's just what I expected.
The industry, but like after about 20 hours of playing it, I was like, this is kind of the same thing over and over again, and I got bored with it.
Thankfully for us, Trey didn't get addicted to the game, but he did still want to make an episode.
I wonder what his childhood was like for him to be coming up with some of these episode ideas, and I wonder what his childhood was like. He definitely had to be like unhinged or something.
About it. There were some glaring concerns though. Most importantly, how would they do the animation within the game? The conversation started during the production of season 9, right after the famous Trapped in the Closet episode came out.
I literally just dropped a video to the episode. My last video, y'all should go check it out. It's my reaction to the episode.
Dad, Tom Cruise won't come out of the closet.
Trey held a meeting with the studio, seeing what could be done about creating a World of Warcraft episode. He wanted the in-game stuff to be full 3D, not the animation style that defines the normal South Park look, and not only that, he also told them he wanted this to be the finale episode for season 9. This means that they would have 2 weeks to figure out how to do all of this animation while still working on another episode in the meantime. Remember,
I hope they got paid overtime for that, because that sounds extremely stressful.
this is back when South Park was doing an episode in just 6 days. Trey was told some bad news that this was not realistic at all and maybe not even possible to do within 2 weeks. So the idea was scrapped for almost an entire year. Thankfully, they didn't give up on this episode forever, and
Who's this guy? Jack Shee, director of animation? Bro, South Park just full of surprises. I would not have expected a Chinese man to be on the team.
conversations continued the following season. Instead of creating their own animation just to make this episode,
low-key, probably so, because Chinese people are pretty smart. It would make sense that they animated would be Chinese. I ain't gonna lie.
Technology supervisor.
But I was just saying that because of how racist South Park is. I don't really see too many openly racist Chinese people. That was the point I was making. I wasn't trying to be racist.
JJ Franzen suggested trying to shoot the in-game stuff, well, actually in the game. Franzen had been following Machinima off and on for years, and he knew some of their creators were getting decent results out of World of Warcraft. He ended up showing Trey a Machinima short film made in World of Warcraft called Return. It obviously looks dated now because it's a re-upload and from 2005, but this little film was enough to show Trey that it could be done. Once their hearts were set on making this episode happen, they figured there was nothing to lose and might as well see if Blizzard would help them out with it. Blizzard was absolutely thrilled with the idea, despite knowing that their game could be massively made fun.
Blizzard Entertainment. Random thought came in my head. I don't know why I just said that.
They were on board from the start. The next day, they sent over 3 people with a Game Master client and started shooting some test footage. The test went okay, but Trey Parker, being a perfectionist, did have some issues. He wanted to have lip sync that would match the characters' words and more accurate facial expressions, which the in-game emotes couldn't accomplish. Getting Blizzard's full permission to use their in-game assets, they used a program called Maya, which would allow them to edit the in-game character models to be a lot more smooth. And now that they had animation that would please Trey and the overwhelming support of Blizzard, history would soon be made. Now that we have a basic understanding of World of Warcraft and how this episode came to fruition, it's time to break it down. But first, do me a solid and check if you're subscribed. Considering my abysmal upload
Also, do me a solid and hit the like button and subscribe, you know? It helps the channel out a lot.
consistency, this might be the only way to know when a new video drops. On that note, I am done being shady.
Oh yeah, also, make sure you hit the bell on my YouTube channel when you subscribe. Because I don't know if YouTube don't be pushing my videos out or what, but like, a lot of people don't be seeing my videos. So make sure you turn on post notifications.
Shameless, here is South Park's most iconic episode.
Mom, bathroom.
What, huh?
Bathroom. Bathroom.
Prediction I'm finna make, this episode is gonna be heavily based around talking bad about the people that play World of Warcraft. Because they're nerds that literally don't have no life.
The episode begins in World of Warcraft.
It looked like it's gonna be about Cartman and them getting addicted to playing World of Warcraft.
One of the most iconic towns in the game, known as Goldshire.
Dude, I just took the biggest crap.
If you've played WoW before, you know what goes down here.
That's Cartman?
If you haven't, well, let's just say this is where the role players hang out. Some of us lost our innocence in this very town. The boys
Okay, he could have used the better... he could have worded that better, I ain't gonna lie. Lost your innocence? Gang, what's happening in this town?
are annoyed with Cartman for taking way too long to get back online. Relatable, honestly. Kyle urges them to get moving so they can start finishing some quests. Stan then gets interrupted by his dad, who suggests he should be out socializing instead of sitting on the computer all weekend.
I am socializing, Art.
Okay, I'm already seeing what's gonna be with, like, it's gonna be this basically like what happens in real life. Like, the parents are concerned that the children are spending hours playing World of Warcraft. The children are addicted to the game. They're gonna get fat, acne, you know, bad hygiene because they're addicted to the game. I already see what's gonna happen, but I don't know what the plot twist is gonna be, because you know South Park always have some crazy type of plot twist in the episodes.
Hard. I'm logged on to an MMORPG with people from all over the world and getting XP with my party using TeamSpeak.
Oh yeah, the days before Discord. I was more of a Ventrilo user, but yeah, back in the day it was either TeamSpeak or Ventrilo, and everyone had a headset mic that sounded like they were underwater.
You are going to DPS very, very slowly.
Maximum nostalgia.
Me personally, I never ever I never played nothing like this where I had to join like a server to talk to people. I was strictly PS3, PS2 growing up. Like, I never joined nothing like this. I guess because I didn't game on a computer. But like, did I miss out? Like, was that an era of life that was like perfect on some stuff? Like, would y'all ever go back to that era compared to today's time? Like, was that like a good era? Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, because I never experienced it, so I don't know how legendary this might have been. So let me know down in the comments, was that like an amazing era?
Nostalgia for the mid-2000s gamer right here. After
I could imagine they probably had a lot of racism during that time though. Like, I feel like if I would have played back then, especially on a PC with a bunch of fat white people, I know there would have been hella racial slurs just directed towards me every time I got on the game. I mean, but that low-key happened on the PS3 too. But I feel like it wouldn't have been I feel like it would have been 10 times worse on PC, because we already know how they got down on Xbox. They was overly racist on Xbox. So I could just imagine what they was like on PC.
After Randy leaves the room, we get a glimpse of Stan's screen on the game. So one thing I'll mention now to get it out of the way, South Park got a lot of stuff wrong in this episode in terms of accuracy to the actual game. The levels of their characters, to the gear they're wearing, the towns and spells they call out.
That sound like South Park, I ain't gonna lie. The fact that they had some stuff wrong might have been done on purpose.
A lot of stuff doesn't make sense if you're comparing it to World of Warcraft. Personally, this doesn't matter to me at all, despite being a WoW nerd myself. I don't think it makes the episode any less amazing. I just thought I would mention this because I'm not going to correct all of their mistakes, because the truth is, if you're a WoW player, you already know, and if you're not, well, then it doesn't matter. As the boys are on their way to finally start playing, Stan recognizes another player in the game, who instantly starts emoting on them.
Is that Butters?
Tell Kyle this guy was killing them last night while they were trying to finish quests. Kyle assures the boys that it's fine, because he can't kill them unless they agree to duel. Well, that turns out to not be true.
Oh my god, you killed Kenny! You bastard!
This man Kenny always getting smoked, bro. What type of beef do they have with Kenny?
And he proceeds to massacre them all. We then get to see the face of our antagonist.
Oh, never mind. I thought it was Butters. Of course, it's a fat tryhard that don't have no life, don't get no action from any woman. He never got touched by any woman besides his mom. Of course, it's that type of person, right?
2 actually doesn't get a name this episode. On the script, he did have a name though, and it was Noob's Boner. Good one, guys. His actual name was later revealed to be Jenkins in a frequently asked questions post on South Park Studios, but I never heard Matt or Trey ever refer to his actual name other than what was in the script. The name Jenkins is obviously a reference to the viral
random thought that I just had, bro. It looks so cool to like work in like a studio on like a show. Like just sitting down brainstorming ideas and shit, especially if the show doing good. Like this just look fun as hell to me.
Actual name other than what was in the script. The name Jenkins is obviously a reference to the viral video Leroy Jenkins, which I showed earlier in this video. Now for the most interesting part of this character. Like most characters in South Park which are inspired by real life people, this one is too. And no, it's not this guy. Sick cosplay though.
Well, I was about to say, he look exactly like him.
Rest in peace. His real inspiration was actually a senior project manager at Blizzard at the time named Joey Ray Hall. Hall led the team that helped South Park with this episode and was perfectly happy being depicted as the neckbeard loser. Oh, and if this isn't interesting,
I mean, he is a neckbeard loser.
Interesting enough for you, this man is also the father of YouTube.
Actually, he don't have a neckbeard, huh?
YouTuber/Twitch streamer Pirate Software.
No, my dad didn't inspire the WoW guy from South Park. My dad is the WoW guy from South Park.
Yeah, there's so much random lore throughout this episode, and we're only a few minutes in so far. Lock in, guys. After getting killed by Jenkins,
lock in, come on. Come on, guys, let's lock in.
For 2 nights in a row, the boys decide to call Blizzard customer service to
Them boys ratting, no way.
Complain about it. The employee says the game is designed so players can't kill each other unless they agree to duel.
Yeah, well, this guy does it anyways. He's a goddamn butthole.
We learn that the boys aren't the only ones getting griefed by this player, and it's gotten so out of hand.
So was this, I'm guessing this was actually a major problem within the game?
That Blizzard is actually having a meeting about it. They suggest basic stuff like having him banned and removed from the servers, but this man is apparently so god mode he's actually able to kill Blizzard admins. I've actually
What? I ain't gonna lie, that's crazy. You know how much of a childhood you gotta be better than the people that made the game or worked on the game?
actually seen someone say they don't like this episode because of how unrealistic this storyline is with Jenkins being too powerful, which is kind of ridiculous.
But that make it funny though. That's the whole point. It's ridiculous, but it's funny.
Like, come on, we're watching a show with crab people, talking feces, and Mormonism being the correct religion. Having a character in WoW being able to kill admins isn't that crazy. One of the employees gets up in a panic saying that he has to get home because his kids are playing World of Warcraft right now.
Your kids' characters are already dead. No.
That's funny.
It just started playing!
I love this line so much. If you don't know, dying in World of Warcraft is really no big deal. You pretty much just have to run back to your corpse and your armor gets slightly damaged. So the way they make death seem so serious in this episode is pretty funny to any WoW player. One of the Blizzard employees asks what kind of person they're dealing with here. And we get one of the most iconic lines in the entire episode.
We are dealing with someone here who has absolutely no life.
That's the worst type of people, bruh. That's who you don't want to come across in a video game.
How do you kill that which has no life?
The boys decide to take matters into their own hands. Cartman holds a meeting for all the boys in class that play WoW. He proposes an idea that if they all log on together, they might actually stand a chance of beating this guy. Most of them get really fired up about the idea, except for Clyde, who says it's a waste of time.
Clyde, if you had a chance right now to go back in time and stop Hitler, wouldn't you do it? I mean, I personally wouldn't stop him because I think it was awesome, but you
Of course, Cartman. Of course you think Hitler is awesome. Typical Cartman.
would, right?
This is easily one of my favorite Cartman lines in the entire show. It just perfectly embodies who he is at his core. I feel like you can't have a top South Park episode without a little bit of unhinged Cartman, but maybe that's just me. Clyde says that he's just gonna stop playing, and Cartman goes on to say that a lot of people stopped playing when Hitler rose to power.
The French. Are you French, Clyde? No. Voulez-vous coucher avec moi, Clyde? All right, I'll do it.
You know, everyone
I thought he wasn't French. How did he know what he said?
always gives France a hard time about World War II, but I don't know, man, those were some methed up Nazis. A blitzkrieg fueled by amphetamine.
Wait, they used to do drugs in the Nazis? I never knew that.
too, but I don't know, man. Those were some methed up.
They used to do meth? No wonder they were so crazy. It all makes sense now. How did I not know this?
Up Nazis. A blitzkrieg fueled by amphetamines sounds pretty horrifying. Just a random shower thought, don't mind me. After Clyde agrees to help, Eric tells them all to log in at 7:30 so they can take this guy down once and for all.
I don't play World of Warcraft.
I know he finna demolish all of them easily.
Butters, you said you're on your computer all the time.
Yeah, but I'm playing Hello Kitty Island Adventure.
The way...
Of course, Butters, man. But that's my guy, though, man. None of y'all play with Butters. That's my guy. So if he want to play Hello Kitty, he could play Hello Kitty.
He's smiling after he says that is so cute for some reason. So what if I told you Hello Kitty Island Adventure is a real game? Because it is. Well, it wasn't during the time this episode was released, but as of 2023, there's in fact a pretty popular game with this exact title.
Did they base it off of a South? That'd be crazy if they named that based off a South Park episode.
According to the game's creators, this is just a coincidence. They deny any type of inspiration from South Park. I'm not buying that out of the hundreds of people who worked on this game, none of them knew this name was used in an episode of South Park.
Hello Kitty Island Adventure isn't real, but in 2008, Hello Kitty Online announced an Island Adventure expansion game as an April Fool's joke.
This line from Butters was actually turned into a pretty big meme back in the day as well. Whenever someone complained of something being too hard in a game, a common roast was, well, you should just go play Hello Kitty Island Adventure. Some people were even saying this despite not seeing this episode. My point is, this line reached well outside of the South Park fandom. We get a scene of Randy, who has apparently made his own World of Warcraft account. His work buddy Nelson walks up and asks if he's playing a computer game.
No, Artard, it's an MMORPG.
The good old days.
MMORPG. They couldn't come up with nothing shorter than that.
When Randy was easily a top 3 character. I'm not like a massive hater of his modern day character like a majority of South Park fans are, but I do miss Randy in his prime. After school...
Dang, man, what happened to Randy? I don't even know. I guess the more episodes I watch, the more I'll see whatever they're talking about.
Schooling Nelson on what World of Warcraft is.
I've braved the Fargo Deep Mine, defeated the Bloodfish at Jared's Landing.
Looks like that guy just killed you.
The next scene shows us that the boys have followed through with their plan, and they've now gathered together to try and take down their griefer.
Why they have 2 midgets on their team?
See all of the characters from the boys in the class, which I find pretty cool.
All right, Eric, you can count on us. Come on!
Bro, they made this man character stutter and everything. Look at his face when he stuttered.
I find pretty cool.
All right, Eric, you can count on
Oh, this man head bounced.
us. Come on!
A funny little detail is that Jimmy and Timmy are the only ones here who are wearing default level 1 gear. I have to imagine that they did this on purpose, but I guess we'll never know. While Cartman is giving a speech to hype up the boys, we learn that Butters has joined the game.
Hey, fellas!
Of course.
Boy, this is neato, huh?
Of course he looked just like Cartman.
Butters, what the hell are you doing?
This is one of the inaccuracies that was almost certainly done on purpose. Obviously, Butters wouldn't be able to get all of that gear right away. I just wanted to bring up the fact that some of the mistakes even Trey would have been well aware of after 20 hours of gameplay. So it's likely that he sacrificed accuracy within the game to make a better joke, which is
That's exactly what I said earlier. I said they probably did some of that stuff on purpose.
Obviously the right thing to do. Cartman proceeds to bully our poor Butters into creating a new character. Meanwhile, Jenkins is massacring innocent players nearby. They suddenly spot him and start preparing for battle.
So what was the point of this? Like, did people just kill people randomly just to troll them? Or like, was he gaining XP or something? Like, I'm guessing he wasn't gaining XP because this was something you're not supposed to do in the game. So I'm guessing people used to do it just to troll.
Scroll over him with your mouse cursors! And right-click!
The battle begins and we get some epic gameplay footage. Something really cool about all of this in-game footage that we get is every single character you see on the screen is controlled by a real-life person. Whether it's people who work for South Park Studios or people that Blizzard sent over, everyone is working together and playing the game at the same time to...
I ain't gonna lie, that's actually fire. A real gameplay in a cartoon episode, that's tough.
Make this all happen. It's not just added animation or anything like that.
But I'm gonna poop on my pants.
Ike, look out!
A A nerd fact here, Ike is actually the player in their group with the best gear. Most boys in the class are wearing a mishmash of leveling gear, but Ike is wearing the devout set, which you can only get from endgame dungeons.
And he still died? That's bad.
God, I sound like a virgin. Anyways, I do wonder the thought
You are a virgin, bro. Don't make it seem like you not one.
process. Somebody at Blizzard probably thought making Ike, who literally poops his pants, have the best gear was a pretty funny inside joke. Oh yeah, this scene also gives us this gem.
All right, Clyde, hit him with your crossbow. Hit him now, Clyde. Clyde? Clyde!
Randy makes an appearance.
Bro then got out of the game and started watching Playboy. No way.
Wanting to play with them, but by this point, the battle is already lost. This causes them to rage quit, and the boys decide to stop playing World of Warcraft. Except for Eric Cartman, of course. He's a lot of things, but he's no quitter. When someone wrongs him, he will go to extreme lengths to make that person suffer.
I wouldn't be surprised if Cartman finds that real life person and do something to him in this episode.
Proposes them a wild idea that if they can't finish quests, they should just stay in the forest killing boars. Kyle lets him know that's insane because boars only give 2 experience points each.
Do you know how many we would have to kill to get up 30 levels?
Yes. 65,340,285.
Some of you watching might be wondering if this is actually possible within the game. Oh, you weren't wondering? Too bad, because I'm going to tell you anyways. A YouTuber named Classic Wins made a video over 5 years ago and proved that it is technically possible to kill boars all the way to level 60. However, you would have to move around a bunch and kill many different kinds of boars all over the world. You wouldn't be able to sit down in one spot grinding them over and over again because there's a cap on XP if you're too high level against the monster you're killing. Just over-explaining something that doesn't matter at all, it's what I'm best at. Eric somehow convinces them to go through with this boar genocide plan. He's even calculated an entire schedule where it will take them over 7 weeks if they limit themselves to only 3 hours of sleep per night. I've seen some degenerate gamers
3 hours of sleep? No thank you.
In my years, none as dedicated as our heroes Stan, Kyle, Cartman, and Kenny. We get a quick update of the Blizzard staff who are pretty much in full panic mode. They come to the realization that if they don't stop this guy soon...
Gentlemen, this could very well lead to the end of the world of Warcraft.
Oh, I was about to say, that game ain't that important.
No! No!
We then get one of the most inspirational training montages in history. I mean, seriously, not even Rocky IV could compare to this legendary piece of media right here. It actually physically hurts me that I can't play any audio for this part due to the music, but it's Live to Win by Paul Stanley. Let me just say that this part hyped up every gamer in existence.
Wow, now I'm intrigued. Now I have to go watch the episode, bro. I need to know what he's talking about.
When they saw it. There's literally a 10-hour version on YouTube with 1.4 million views where all the comments are talking about this episode and how they're grinding a game to it. Just brings a tear to my eye.
God dang, so that means there's over 10 million people that watched one specific South Park episode. That's a lot of views, bro. Dang, that's kind of crazy.
Out playing World of Warcraft every waking minute has some consequences. The boys start getting...
Well, maybe not actually 10 million, but probably like half of them. Probably like 5 million. Because not everybody who viewed the video commented something about South Park, so it's probably not... actually, I don't know.
As fat as
they did, this episode did win an Emmy, so...
It's Cartman, and Cartman turns into Jabba the Hutt. You know, it's funny how a lot of people imagine gaming addicts who play this much to all be fat. I feel like the true degen gamers are all skin and bones because food is technically XP waste after all. Meanwhile, the Blizzard staff gets notified how the boys are leveling very quickly and they now have some hope, or a chance, for World of Warcraft to be saved. The staff looks into their characters and comes to the realization they're still not powerful enough to defeat Jenkins. So they try to come up with a way to help the boys when...
Bro, did South Park ever explain how this Jenkins dude became so good at the game? They should do like... They should have like an episode where they talk about it like as like a side quest though. Like it shouldn't be the main point of the episode, but they should like show his backstory and... You get what I'm saying? Like, they should have an episode where they explain his backstory a little bit.
When one of them suggests...
What about the Sword of 1,000 Truths?
quiet, Thomas. We aren't to even speak of that sword.
We're told that when World of Warcraft was created, there was a sword so powerful it was removed from the game and stored on a 1 gig flash drive. The prophecy
That's tough. I ain't gonna lie. That's like a mythical flash drive.
tells that one day players worthy of the sword might reveal themselves.
Who foretold this prophecy? Saltzman. He's in accounting.
I don't know why this part is so funny to me, just some random employee from accounting. The staff now has a goal to get this sword to the boys before they start the battle. The boys, being unaware of this, have already started preparing on their own. I love the little detail of Kenny having the most out-of-date computer. Kyle mentions that this fight could last for over 12 hours. What if they run out of food?
Ma'am?
Bro, these dudes look horrible playing this game right now. They don't even look the same except Carmen. He don't really look too different. But everybody else is a completely, like a whole new character.
Yes, hon.
More Hot Pockets!
Right away, hon.
That's uber cool.
The boys start hunting down Jenkins and they spot him in Goldshire. You might not like it, but this is what peak performance looks like. They approach him and get ready for battle. We then see for the first time, Jenkins is actually taking this very seriously. He has now entered
He locked in, huh? Fat ass.
gremlin posture. Meanwhile, the Blizzard employees show up to Stan's house to try and deliver him the sword.
We are looking for a great knight by the name of Loves to Spooge.
His character's name earlier in the episode was actually Stan is Cool, so this is a little goof they forgot about. I mean, I don't know about you guys, but I prefer Loves to Spooge anyways. They ask Randy where his son is and—
Wait, didn't Cartman change his name though when they locked in on the game? Or am I tripping?
tell him that it's urgent. If they can't find Stan,
Because if Cartman changed his name, then I'm pretty sure all of them changed their name.
then his character will die.
Oh my god.
They find out that Stan isn't home and they ask Sharon and she tells them he took his computer somewhere to play that stupid online game. They tell her that if they don't find Stan, his character is going to die.
So what?
They making it seem like that's such a important thing, like it's real life. That's what make this shit so funny. She the first person to not actually care though.
Game. They tell her that if they don't find Stan, his character is going to die.
So what?
So what?
One of the Blizzard guys says that if they can get to a computer, they can deliver the sword to Stan in the game. The only problem is—
I don't have a World of Warcraft account, do you? No, I have—
Wait, what? So y'all created the game, but y'all don't have an account in the game? That's crazy, I ain't gonna lie.
a life.
Randy being the only—
Wait, what did
I
you
don't
say?
have a World of Warcraft account, do you? No, I have a life.
Nah, that's funny though, because they probably have real people like this in real life that created a game but don't play the game because they see only losers. They think only losers would play that game. That's funny.
Randy, being the only one with an account, takes upon the responsibility to deliver this legendary weapon. Now they just have to get to a computer that works.
Wait, is this an actual thing? Do they actually have a legendary sword that they took out of the game? Or is this just something they made up for the South Park episode? I need to know the answer to this question.
Please, it's an emergency. Come on.
Bro, you didn't have to put him to sleep on the ground. He literally stopped for you.
By this point, the boys are very deep into their battle. Suddenly, Kyle gets injured. He apparently has a serious case of carpal tunnel.
Quick, we need Ben Gang.
What is that?
After pushing Kyle to keep on fighting, another issue arises.
I'm gonna have diarrhea again. You can't go to the bathroom, you're stacking Sunder Armor.
What Stan says here actually makes sense. Sunder Armor is an ability Cartman's character would have and be expected to use as a warrior. See, it's not like they got everything wrong. Anyways, Cartman has a solution to his diarrhea issue.
Is he gonna use it in front of all of them? Come on, bro. You know how stink that would be, diarrhea? In a basement? Just imagine that. Because the smell is gonna take forever to leave out the room. And then the basement probably hot as shit. Some basements don't be hot, but some of them do.
Mom! Bathroom!
What, hon?
Bathroom! Bathroom!
Oh, that's...
Why his mama low-key like his slave?
a big boy, isn't he?
Doesn't even wipe. Right back to gaming, a true warrior.
It's crazy to think that they actually have people in real life that probably shit in buckets while they playing the game because they don't want to leave. That's crazy.
Right here. While driving, Randy spots a Best Buy and rushes inside.
got to sign in.
I've seen this episode like 20 times, and I've never noticed until analyzing it that the kid here is wearing Chin Pokemon merch. Am I the only one? There's also a sneaky reference to the Burning Crusade, which was
What is Chin Pokemon?
WoW's first expansion being advertised at this time. The boys are losing the fight pretty badly by this point, and Stan runs away to heal, when suddenly Randy arrives with the sword.
How do you hand something from one player to another?
As he hands it off, Randy is ruthlessly murdered. But with this new sword that will completely drain his mana, the boys now have the upper hand.
Looks like you're about to get pwned. Yeah!
This is followed.
Oh wait, they actually got him? Okay. Clap it up, man. W's in the comments, bro. Everybody spam the comments with W.
Followed by some elite roleplay by Randy and Stan. Most importantly,
Oh, the dad got smoked. Oh, I was a little confused for a second.
World of Warcraft has been saved.
What do we do now? What do you mean? Now we can finally play the game.
Another iconic line that lives on outside of the.
That is facts, because bro was stopping them from playing the game. That's crazy how one dude had the whole World of Warcraft shook, when I literally just seen that they have 7 million active players right now in this year. So I could just imagine how many they had back then. And this one man had all them people scared. That's crazy.
The South Park fandom. The end credits roll, and Make Love Not Warcraft would go down in history as the best gaming episode in all of television. So why did Trey Parker want to have this
Best gaming episode in all of television? Is that valid in my head without seeing the episode? I can't really think of too many cartoons that have good gaming episodes. The only cartoon I can think of that have a good gaming episode is Regular Show. So I can see how they won that easily. Like, let me know down in the comments, like, what other cartoons was in the race for that Emmy? Like, what other cartoons was competing with that episode? Well, what other episodes from different cartoons was competing with that episode? Because I can't think of no other cartoons that have a whole episode dedicated to gaming. I don't know, man.
This episode pulled.
And I was like, please, I was begging, and I was like, do not let this go on the air, because I don't want the South Park legacy to be ruined, and this show is going to ruin it because it's so bad. I just went home and I was depressed and couldn't sleep, and I got up the next day and they're like,
wait, what? He thought this was gonna ruin the South Park legacy? Why though? I don't think anything can ruin y'all legacy. Y'all literally known for having dark humor. Y'all can literally do anything. I don't know, man.
do people really like that show? And it was the show, it was about World of Warcraft.
It pretty much boiled.
Do y'all think he actually felt that way, or do y'all think he just made that up to be more dramatic? Like, that sounded a little too perfect to me. Like, oh man, I begged him not to drop the episode. I thought the episode was trash, but then it became our best episode. Like, come on now. Like, that don't even, like, that sound like so scripted and rehearsed. Like, come on, gang. You literally went through all this to make the episode happen, and all of a sudden you swear at the last second you had thought about it. You literally, come on now, gang. Ain't no way he went through all that to make the episode quote-unquote perfect. They literally said it earlier. He made the episode quote-unquote perfect, so why would he randomly just have doubts about it? Like, come on now, bro. Do that sound believable to y'all? Let's just be realistic here. The one episode he doubted and thought was going to be so trash and was going to ruin the legacy just happened to be the one episode that became the best episode of the show. Like, come on now. Come on. I get it, you want to have like a good backstory and shit, but like, come on now.
Boils down to Trey being a perfectionist as well as suffering from imposter syndrome. It's not uncommon for him to hate his work. For this episode in particular, it was such a different type of production. He was deep in his head and overthinking it. There's a
Right.
lot I couldn't cover during the analysis, so let's speedrun some of the other cool stuff about this episode. The Sword of 1,000 Truths is not a real sword, but the model for it is.
Oh, well, dog, go my answer.
It's called the Hungering Cold, and it comes from the last raid of 2006 called Naxxramas. Later on, this raid was updated in the Wrath of the Lich King expansion, and another sword with the same model was released. This time it was called Slayer of the Lifeless. Do you guys get it? That which has no life? Slayer of Lifeless?
Makes sense.
It also has a note on it that reads, Foretold by Salzman. When the achievement system in the game released, one of the first to be added was called Make Love Not Warcraft. They also reference the episode in dialogue throughout the game. If you couldn't tell, Blizzard loves this episode just as much as we do. Out of all the employees who were playing WoW at South Park Studios, Junichi Nishimura was considered the best player. This is an ex-roommate of Trey's who he later hired as an animator. He also did some voice work for some.
That's fire, I ain't gonna lie. They used to be roommates, now they both successful in their passions. That's tough.
South Park, most notably in the Chinpokomon episode.
Oh, you must have very big penis.
The storyline for Jenkins comes out of a player apparently logging into their alpha test server that wasn't a part of the team working on this episode.
Start their own server so that the people in the office and them could all get on it and do what we needed to do for the show. And at one point while we were doing that, this random character just showed up and started running around trying to kill people.
This episode is permanently
so that's actually based off a real thing. That's funny.
Free on South Park Studios, just like it's permanently free to click the like button on this video. Oh god, that was terrible. You gotta ask though, otherwise people won't do it. All in all, this is probably South Park's
Hey, can y'all hit the like button on this video too, please?
Most well-known episode. It's my second favorite of all time. The only reason it's not first is because I'm obsessed with Christian Rockhard, which hey,
I actually reacted to that episode.
Speaking of, I made
but I don't think I have it on this channel.
A video on that episode too, which should be popping up on your screen right now. If you
I definitely seen that episode before. I don't know if I still had a video though.
Guys are interested, give it a watch. If not, I hope you enjoyed this video.
It's edited and everything, so if y'all want that video, just let me know, man. No cap. But yeah, that's the end of the video, man. If y'all enjoyed my reaction to a South Park episode breakdown, let me know and I'll for sure bring them. Well, do another one. But yeah, I would have to see the episode, bro. Right now, it's not seeming like it's I don't know, bro. I would actually have to see the full episode before I can make an opinion about it. But after watching the breakdown video, I didn't see a lot of episodes of South Park that seemed like it would be better than this. But I don't know, man. But y'all let me know y'all thoughts down in the comments. Is this episode in y'all like top 5 favorites or no? Because I don't know, man. I'm gonna have to watch the episode though. I'm gonna for sure watch the episode after this though. But yeah, other than that, it's your boy Kendall. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Once again, let me know if y'all want me to react to more breakdowns, because I'll for sure do that alongside the reactions. Like the episode reactions not going nowhere. I'm just trying to throw extra stuff into the loop also, you feel me? But yeah, other than that, it's the end of the video. I'm done yapping. I'll catch y'all in the next one. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and make sure you turn on post notifications. No cap. Alright, it's your boy Kendall. I'm gone.